Hi and welcome to my review videos. This time we'll be doing the E-50. The E-50 is the tier 9 medium tank of the German and it's a lot better than a PantherII. The PantherII wasn't as good as people were calling it. I hated the PantherII. But the E-50 is much better than the PantherII, I have to say. It has a much better gun. It does more damage, and the damage is what I need. You don't expect so much damage from a medium tank. I think the E-50 has the biggest damage of all the medium tanks, of all the tier 9 medium tank though. Um, and you have two different guns on this tank. You have the long range 8.8, not the 8.8 from the PantherII, but the 8.8. Oh, let me show it you. It's like the biggest cannon I've ever seen on a tank. I think it's like 2 times the size of the tank itself, the gun. Um, and you have the 10.5. Most people use the 10.5, but 8.8 reloads faster and it has better accuracy and has one of the best accuracy in the games even. But you can mount the long range 88 on the stock turret. So I think it's worth it to research first the gun. I don't know how much experience it is. 43,000. Yeah, I think it's better to research first the 8.8 and after that the 10.5. Um, and you have the turret. The turret is not that good. I think if with a tier 10 gun you can penetrate an E-50 in the turret here on the sides though, not on the cannon. Um, the tracks are pretty good, but it's still very not that good, but it's better than a PantherII, the traverse speed. But the engine is beast, 1200 horsepower. I already researched the engine for my heavy line here, so I don't know how it feels with the stock engine. Um, but I heard it's pretty slow and that you have to research the engine, and the engine is around 50k experience. But it's worth it to research it because you're also gonna run it on the heavy line and take the artillery also, and I'm not sure. Oh no, just the heavy line. But it's typical German radio. You're gonna use it on all sorts of tanks. Um, so you have the long 88, the 10.5. The 10.5 does plenty of damage. But the shell cost is also more expensive. You want to be exactly right before you shoot. This tank is also very quick. It's 60 kilometers an hour. I think that's the fastest medium tank except the French one in the game. But the maneuverability is not that good. I've researched clutch braking, so it feels a bit better. You can circle around tanks, but it's not the strategy what I recommend for you. But what it does have is good armor. The armor is very sloped also, but it has a big weak spot here, and that's pretty stupid. The weak spots, by the way, are these ears and the hedge, or the optics, and the lower hull here. Don't expect that you're gonna bounce a lot of shells. But if somebody with a tier 9 gun shoots you here on a hull armor, you will bounce it, thanks to the great sloping. And it's also very big. You have to know that this tank looks a lot like the T-54, but a little bit bigger, so I expect the T-54 to be around this big. And you see that it is much bigger, and it's also easier to hit. And the turret is so big. With the unupgraded with the 8.8, the turret is not that big and it's more difficult to hit. But you need it for the 10.5. So that's pretty stupid. But not much about the tank. It's pretty quick, and you actually reach the 60 kilometers an hour. So let's hop into the crew skills. The crew skills you want to use is repairs, not really camouflage, although it plays more like a heavy tank. It's also a heavy tank, but it's a medium tank. Depending on the Germans think it's a medium tank because all their tanks are so heavy. Recall maybe, because this tank is so quick. 6 seconds of course, I always research that. Wet tanks however. Eagle Eye not really, but that's around it. for the commander. Snapshot, of course, so the turret can turn very good. Armor, so you will increase. If your gun is damaged on this tank, you will not really notice it. It's not worth to use a repair kit. Clutch braking, of course, so you increase your low turning speed. Smooth ride, why not? It's very difficult to hit targets on the move, so don't expect if you're driving that you're gonna hit people, even though you have like 90% chance you miss. For driving, of course. Controlled impact, also this tank is very heavy and it's very fast, so you can do a lot of damage. So I say try to research I forgot the name of it. Controlled impact. This tank is very heavy. The only tanks you have to try to avoid is all the tier 10s, most of the tier 10s, T-34, E-100 and Mars. These are the three big tanks you must try to avoid, but for the rest you mostly heavier than them and you can do a lot of damage. Even the heavy tanks sometimes are lighter, like the Russians and the French one. Situational awareness, not really. Maybe you can use also research Brothers in Arms, so you increase even everything more with 20%, I think. Extend free range and Call of Vengeance. That's it for the Radio Man. The loader, maybe Adrenaline, but I mostly safe storage. Your ammo is not gonna really be hit on the tank, so that's not a problem. Execution, not really. I nearly switch over because mostly you're flanking with this tank, so mostly I'm shooting AP shells. I only shot one HE shell in my entire career with this tank. So execution is not a big thing. Try to research one of these skills on this. Things you want to use here is 20% to accuracy during movement and turret rotation. Like I said, it's really difficult to hit targets on the move, so I say try to go for the vertical stabilizer. Coated optics, maybe if you have a thing free. Minus 10% to load time. I always place medium caliber tank gun rammers on my medium tanks because you reload 10% faster and you need that reload time to do more damage per minute. Camouflage not that cheap, so maybe improved ventilation class 2 can also be handy. And also it's a very easy target to hit from arties because it's just like the E-75 but a little bit smaller. So that's it, and I will see you on the gameplay later. Bye. So hi and welcome back. This is the third time I do a voiceover because Camtasia is such a big buggy software to use. It's really easy to use, but it's such buggy. So expect really good commentating from me because I did this commentary of the gameplay 3 times over. So this is the third time. And I'm quite stressing here because I did so many commentating and I have to upload this video in 1 hour, so it will be a little problem. But the E-50 itself, E-50 is a really fast tank. You will see that from the gameplay. It goes 60 and it easily hits 60. The thing also, and you will see it later, and I'm sorry that this video is pre-recorded, so you will see me sometimes fast forwarding. I'm not live commentating like I do normally, so sorry for that. And now you're gonna see a leopard driving to me, and you will see here something what I said from the garage, and wait for it, and boom, I missed on the move. Don't try to shoot on the move with the E-50. The E-50 has very bad accuracy if you're on the move. I had like 90% chance to hit him, and I have a special special module that my what is it called? That my accuracy is better on the move, and I still missed. This tank is not good. you try to shoot on the move. And I flanked the M46 pattern, I think. I'm not sure because it's really bad to see from here with this editing thing screen here. It's the first time I'm doing it, a voiceover in Camtasia. So you'll see here, and also what you will see here is that this gun does a lot of damage for a medium tank. Normally, normal medium tanks only do around 300 damage, tier 9. At this tank does around 400 to 500 damage. This was an exception. You will not see it anymore. Most shots of it will receive 400 or more. The penetration is not that bad on this tank. If you use it like a flanker, like I normally use the E-50, it's very good. And I also have very high average XP rating in this tank because it's so good. I like to use this tank mostly every game. If I win though, I receive around 1000 credits per shot, and what we will see here is also something what I said from the garage. Boom! Try to crash into people, because you're so heavy. The only tanks what you can't crash into and they do more damage to you than you do to them is the E-100, the Mars, and the T-34, and maybe some future tanks, if you're watching this later, but I'm not sure. The sniping on this tank is not that bad either. Of course, it's not that good like the 88, like the long 88 for the E-50, but the aiming time is faster. So if you're like me, someone who's always on the move with medium tanks, the long range is not the gun for you. If you're someone who likes sniping, maybe the long range is a gun for you. And the long range is also capable to fit on the stock turret. But the average damage per minute is also better on the long 88. But this thing is just easier to hit, to use, because it has just a small barrel. And also flank the M103 here. This tank is more like something like a noob friendly tank, let's say it like that, because you can use this tank from 3 things. You can use it as a frontline rusher because of the good armor. There's 120mm frontal armor. Most tier 8s will bounce you. If you're top tier, you're very good. Mostly you're gonna end up with tier 10s though. But sometimes if you're top tier, this tank is just so good. Try to use as a flanker like I do here constantly because of your low penetration. I think it's got the lowest penetration of all the medium tanks. I'm not. And oops, my screen fell asleep. It's really good, and try to use it as a sniping tank because the accuracy is not bad. 0.32 meters. And a Centurion shot me in the ass. It's also a very good tank. If you just drove the PantherII, it's a very good tank because the PantherII just didn't have that penetration to be effective. If the PantherII wasn't top tier, the PantherII, I hated the tank. If you ended up in tier 9s, mostly I died immediately. But with this tank, I poorly die. Even if I'm losing, I receive around 600 or 700 credits, XP, not credits. That will be a little bit stupid. So that's what I want to use. What I want to say here. Oh yeah. Also, the Chinese tanks got added 1 day ago. The Chinese tanks, I don't really care about them because they look a lot like the Russians, and I already did most of the Russian trees. The only thing I have to do is the TDs of them. So I'm not interested in it. First I'm going to finish up the British line, and then maybe I'm going to research a Chinese heavy, not the medium. And also one thing what I got interested in is the Audi nerf. They nerfed the Audi, so thank you for that. And the splash damage got a little bit nerfed, and the HP. The HP is the same as their own. It's one shot for your own tier. Let's say it like that. And I got top gun of this battle. Next time we will be doing the T-37. It's tier 3 American Audi, and see you in the garage. Bye. So hi and welcome back. There's just one thing I must do. The shell thing the shell setup you want to use is lots of AP shells, a couple of HE shells, not really a lot, and a couple of gold ones. 1 to 2 is enough. The gold price of it is very high, so don't try to use gold. But democration rules, and you can choose a tank for my garage. What do you want to see me review next? It's your choice. Place it in the comments below. Also try to check out my channel so you know what tanks are already reviewed. So this is it. Next week we will be doing the M37 because I want to sell it, so I have a free garage slot. I have the M7 pre-snow and it sucks. But no, it's stock. Maybe it's better when it's got upgraded. But I like the M37 and I have a lot of things of it to tell. I don't really have good gameplay in it, but it's enough to let you show how the tank works. So I'll see you next week. Bye.